Stoicism teaches that a wise, virtuous individual, a true philosopher, lives harmoniously with nature. This person fears only the abandonment of their moral duty, not the pain, nor the inevitability of death, nor poverty, nor any trials that the human experience may bring. Their only concern is avoiding self-betrayal and failing to live as a complete human being. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's foremost figures, deeply embodied this philosophy, his insights immortalized in his renowned work, Meditations. Often called a great man, few in history have earned this title more deservedly. This is not just another self-help narrative. The philosophy Marcus explored provides a profound antidote to many modern struggles. Marcus, who reigned as Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD, was the last of the 5 good emperors, presiding over the Pax Romana, a long era of Roman peace that ended with his death. To the Romans, Marcus was the most powerful person alive. In fact, the very concept of a world beyond their empire was nearly unimaginable. In this role, he held unprecedented freedom, with no constraints of law, wealth, or custom. As an emperor, he could have pursued any desire. Hedonism was practically synonymous with the title. Roman emperors indulged in every imaginable pleasure. Wealth, wine, and gratification were at their fingertips. Yet, even in this boundless state, Marcus Aurelius chose a path of virtue. His goodness wasn't limited to fleeting moments, but was a lifelong commitment across his 19-year reign. Faced with endless temptations, he consistently chose virtue, not for acclaim or respect, but simply because he believed it was right. Imagine standing at the edge of boundless desire and choosing restraint, not out of fear of consequence, but from a commitment to moral integrity. Could any of us make that choice day after day for 2 decades? This consistency in private and public life defines Marcus's character, reflected in Meditations, his personal journal. Not originally intended for publication, these writings reveal his deepest reflections on life, fragmented across 12 loosely organized sections. They bear no title. Meditations was assigned later by publishers. This candid record of Marcus's musings provides an intimate glimpse into his character. Though written solely for himself, these words have become one of the most enduring philosophical works ever composed. Marcus Aurelius believed in aligning with nature. Nature, for him, wasn't just plants and animals, but the inherent order of existence. Trees grow, a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, an eagle takes to the sky, not out of a desire for praise, but because that's their purpose. Likewise, Marcus believed that our human duty is to fulfill our potential, not for accolades, but because we're made to. He considered a life unfulfilled as the worst fate, for although we can't control life's challenges, we can control our responses. No matter what happens, a truly great person remains steadfast, living up to their fullest potential. In Marcus's view, adversity is an inseparable part of life. Complaining achieves nothing, he reminded himself, only resilience and bravery matter. When hardship strikes, he encouraged facing it with dignity and emerging stronger, as these trials are simply opportunities to persist, to rise above, to advance. To endure adversity without surrendering to despair defines true character. As an emperor, Marcus also dealt with difficult people. To expect a world without bad people, he argued, is as absurd as expecting roses without thorns. Wickedness, ignorance, these two are part of nature. When others acted wrongly, Marcus saw it as a result of misunderstanding, and his approach was to avoid judgment. After all, he acknowledged his own flaws, reminding himself that he might not fully grasp another's reasons or struggles. Often, he didn't even try to correct them. Instead, he practiced patience, aiming to better understand before casting any judgment. To him, we are all bound by a natural order that calls us to coexist, to serve and support one another. Marcus's writings extend even to wealth, which he didn't see as inherently harmful. Although surrounded by material abundance, he cautioned against attaching excessive value to possessions. They should be appreciated, but not in ways that would devastate us if lost. Our worth isn't measured by what we own, it is in living virtuously and in harmony with nature. Marcus reflected frequently on death, viewing it as a natural part of life's cycle. Just as it's our duty to live well, it is also our duty to die. Fear of death wastes the precious time we have. Embrace life fully, be kind, be virtuous, and when the time comes, accept death as a part of our role in nature. Central to Stoicism is the distinction between pleasure and happiness. Stoics argue that happiness isn't fleeting like pleasure, it's a state of being that comes from within. External rewards, money, fame, power, may gratify for a moment, but true happiness, the Stoics taught, lies in virtue and personal growth. The only real failure is to fall short of our potential, for the greatest duty, the core of our nature, is to be our best selves.